Alright, so currently driving to the city at the moment for the debate. Pretty excited, a bit nervous, but I'm pretty prepped. So yeah, I spent a bit too much time on it. Probably spent like 3 solid hours on it, like probably like an hour yesterday, 2 hours today. But we'll see. Maybe like the content I get is amazing. Maybe I make a good impression on a few people. Maybe this confidence boost and lessons I learn pound into something else. We'll see. But this is pushing me out of my comfort zone, which is good. Crazy to see how packed the city is at like 4:35 p.m. That's Louis Vuitton. This is the George Street, I think, where all the shops are. Apple store. Man, I got a little too close. Oh, I just didn't want anyone to swipe the front.
Which is the most important thing in advertising, right?
I'd like to spend the next 5 minutes I have to give you guys 3 points on why I think that e-commerce will surpass traditional retail in the next 5 years. So point 1 is 60% of the world has access to the internet. More than 80% of that 60% has bought something online, whether it's a good or service, something like a game or a book or subscription. So that growing 4 billion size audience just shows that people already know how to transact online. So it's not a matter of educating them, adoption, complexity. They already know how to purchase things online. It's whether or not e-commerce will become the sort of traditional way of sort of purchasing things. So why will customers want to purchase things online? We already know that 46% of shoppers use social media as a way to sort of do research, whether making a decision on buying things in retail stores. So social media already plays a huge impact on helping individuals make decisions when purchasing things online. Furthermore, e-commerce provides people the freedom to have unlimited choice, selection, sales, coupons, and that's something that keeps them coming back because they're able to sort of get amazing deals online, and they're sort of aggregators that's constantly giving you guys the best price, something that retail stores cannot offer. Online sort of e-commerce provides an unlimited selection of products, whereas retail stores, they're sort of limited to 15 to 60,000 SKUs. And obviously the more SKUs you want to hold, the larger the store is and the larger the cost would be to run that brick and mortar store. Everyday workload, commitments, having children, it's pretty sort of annoying having to dress up, wait in traffic, line up, get in queue and sort of purchase items when you can literally purchase things online with the touch of your fingers. That's sort of why people like elders, people with disabilities, people with kids want to sort of just purchase things online. You might argue that the pandemic, after it's over, people are going to want to go back to sort of shopping in retail stores. The pandemic has existed over the last 24 months, which just shows that it takes 2 months to build a habit. So I'm pretty confident that the habit of purchasing things online has been formed. Why would business owners want to sell things online and move to e-commerce if the retail model already works? Several reasons. One is they have the ability to tap into that 4 billion size audience by going online. This no longer restricts them to that 20-kilometer radius that they would be restricted to as a brick and mortar store. The cost to start a business online is drastically cheaper than creating a brick and mortar store. I think on average you're spending $50,000 to start your own brick and mortar store. Whereas if you want to sell things online, you can literally do it as little as $2,000. And there's so many free ways for you to get access to that 4 billion size audience, whether it's through Facebook, YouTube. There's so many organic ways for you to get started, which has not existed before. There's literally no ways where you can get sort of brick and mortar sales and results for free. Those are sort of my 3 points on why I think e-commerce will sort of surpass traditional retail stores. One being that already a lot of people use the internet and people know how to purchase things online. 2, there's so much beneficial reasons for the consumer. It's consumer-centric, it saves them time, it gives them better pricing, they're able to get things cheaper. And thirdly, it's so much easier for business owners to start their own business through e-commerce. It's much cheaper for them. It's easy to find sort of employees because now you're tapping in sort of workforce worldwide. You're no longer restricted to hiring 20 kilometers around where you're located.
It's not about taking it over, it's about changing saving the experience.
The experiences aren't going to be saved for shopping. They're going to be saved for skydiving, going to the movies, walking, not shopping. Now, you talked about how shipping is expensive, but shipping is probably just expensive as fuel. You might even say that, okay, abandoned checkouts due to shipping costs, that's a big issue for e-com store owners. Well, that's an issue that businesses are constantly working on and innovating. That's why one-click checkout was invented. People are constantly innovating on ways to increase and decrease abandoned checkouts and increase conversion rates. There's retargeting. That's something you can't do as a retail store. You can't constantly retarget your audience and get them to purchase. And that's sort of why business owners would want to sell online. So those are the 3 points of why I think more than 50% of people would transition to online and e-commerce. One, choice, price, convenience is more beneficial than shopping experience and being able to smell the perfume. Experiences will be saved for other activities, skydiving, snorkeling. And lastly, shipping isn't that expensive. And that's why I think e-commerce will take over retail, brick and mortar stores in the next 5 years.